serious, I don't know, somewhere in between. Do you want to ask something, or?
Well, yeah, I was going to explain how it's going to work. You guys just raise your hand while I get the questions in, and we'll go from there. So we'll start over here in the blue shirt.
Yeah, it was one of those visual studies that are seen, just beautifully done. Talk about how you put the compositions together.
The question is how you put the compositions together.
Well, if you... The way I try always to make films work is that the visuals come after you know enough about the characters and how they experience stuff. So we talk a lot about the people in the movie and what they're like and how things happen to them and how that must feel like, and then you start to conclude how that would probably look. In this particular case, it was also because it's somehow a movie about three, obviously, and it's also three perspectives. So we wanted it to be quite diverse at times and very different in energy, because these characters are very different, I think. Even though that couple is sort of, has turned into this sibling-like relationship, they are still very different characters. And from there you go, like, you try to transport it from them into your own perspective and make it as subjective as possible, because it was supposed to be as subjective as possible. Just as an example, then you think, okay, what is happening? I've experienced it twice when I saw a person die, and I just remembered that when I was seeing it now, that this was one of the issues we were discussing. How do we shoot the soul leaving the body? I mean, without it being super pretentious, or maybe you thought it was pretentious, but I mean, we try to not do that. We try to find something that is Simon's subjective and not his POV on the soul, but like making a feeling, creating a feeling about it. And then we remembered this films we love so much that what is called Scherenschnitt actually in English? I don't know. When the cutout stuff, the black and white cutout stuff, I don't know what the word. Scissor art. Oh, silhouette, yes, okay. So Lotte Reininger, who's very famous and did Prince Ahmed, lovely stuff, big influence, and of course important stuff that I saw in my youth. And there is something about it that is both moving and poetic, and at the same time childish, or like in a child's fairy tale-ish, and he's the child again, sitting at his mother's bed, and so it seemed to be, that seemed, for instance, to be a stylistic decision to do something that ultimately represents how he feels and how he experiences this, as the child, seeing something unreal happening that still moves him very much. Yeah, one example.